Keely Hodgkinson was born the day the indoor 800-meter world record was set. Now, 24 years later, she is just 0.4 of a second away from breaking it. She already ran 1 minute 56 seconds alone. Tonight, with everything in place, can she finally make history? Hodgkinson arrives in France carrying momentum that feels almost inevitable. Just 5 days ago at the UK Indoor Championships in Birmingham, she produced a performance that changed the conversation around the event. In the heats, not even the final, she ran 1 minute 56.33. She ran it alone. No pacemaker guiding her rhythm. No wave lights flashing ideal splits at her feet. No rival pushing her shoulder to shoulder down the back straight. She simply ran. The clock stopped at 1:56.33, the third fastest indoor time in history. The margin between that and the world record is less than half a second. In an 800-meter race, that is significant, but not impossible. What made it startling was not only the time, but how controlled she looked. There was no desperate lean, no wild arm swing, no collapse at the line. She crossed over as if she had more. Afterward, she smiled and said she had not even meant to go that fast. That statement echoed across the athletics world. If she did not mean to run that quickly, what happens when she does? The world record she is targeting belongs to Jolanda Cheplak. On March 3, 2002, Cheplak ran 1 minute 55.82 seconds indoors, a time that redefined the event. It has survived generational change, it has survived technological evolution, it has survived countless talented challengers. March 3, 2002 is also the day Keely Hodgkinson was born. The symbolism is impossible to ignore. The record was set on the day she entered the world. Now, 24 years later, she stands ready to try to erase it. Liévin is not a random choice for this attempt. The Arena Stade Couvert has built a reputation as one of the fastest indoor tracks anywhere. Records fall here. Athletes plan their seasons around this meet. The air inside the arena feels different when something special is brewing. The crowd understands the stakes. They come prepared to witness history. Everything about Hodgkinson's preparation points to intention. In Birmingham, she skipped the final. She conserved energy. That decision told everyone what mattered most. She was not chasing a domestic title. She was saving every ounce for Liévin. This time, she will not run alone. Pacemakers are scheduled to guide the early pace. The wave lights will provide precise visual targets. A strong field ensures honest rhythm from the gun. Among those lining up beside her is Tsige Duguma, the Paris Olympic silver medalist, and Audrey Werro, one of Europe's most exciting young talents. Their presence guarantees that the race will not drift into hesitation. The tempo will be sharp from the start. For an 800-meter runner, balance is everything. Go too slow in the first lap and the record slips away. Go too fast and the final 200 meters become survival. Hodgkinson has shown repeatedly that she understands this rhythm better than most. She is neither reckless nor passive. She controls. That control has been her signature since she emerged as a teenager. On championship stages, she has never looked overwhelmed. Olympic finals, world championships, European competitions. She steps onto the line with composure that belies her age. It is the combination of youth and authority that makes her so compelling. When she won Olympic gold, she did it with conviction. She did not steal the race at the line. She commanded it. That same confidence was visible at the pre-meet press conference in Liévin. She did not shy away from the record conversation. She leaned into it. She said she believed it was hers to take. That is a bold statement in a sport measured in hundredths of a second, yet it did not come across as arrogance. It sounded like clarity. She knows her fitness. She knows her training numbers. She knows what 156.33 felt like. The indoor 800 meters is unique. Without wind or weather variables, pacing becomes pure mathematics. The track is tighter, the turns sharper, the margins unforgiving. Every step must be efficient. The difference between 156.33 and 155.82 is roughly 0.4 of a second. Spread across 2 laps, that is 0.2 per lap. A fraction gained on each back straight, a fraction held through each bend. Those fractions demand courage. The second lap of an 800-meter race is where doubt whispers. Lactic acid builds, vision narrows, the body demands relief. To chase a world record, an athlete must push directly into that discomfort rather than manage it. Hodgkinson's racing history suggests she can. Her finishing speed has always been a weapon. Even in tactical races, she unleashes a devastating final 150 meters. Tonight, that closing strength may be the deciding factor. If the pacemakers deliver her to 600 meters on schedule, the race becomes a test of will. The global track community is watching closely. Analysts have broken down splits. Former champions have offered opinions. Some argue the record is vulnerable. Others caution that records survive for a reason. The 800 meters sits at the intersection of sprint and endurance. It punishes small miscalculations more harshly than almost any event. Yet the timing feels aligned. Hodgkinson is 23 years old, an age where aerobic capacity and speed often intersect perfectly. She has matured physically without losing sharpness. Her training block leading into this indoor season has reportedly been consistent and uninterrupted. Consistency is often the hidden ingredient behind record attempts. There is no shortcut, only months of steady work. The decision to focus on this attempt indoors rather than wait for outdoor season speaks to confidence. Indoor records carry their own prestige. They demand precision in a controlled environment. They also require a willingness to attack early in the year. Liévin provides the stage. The Arena Stade Couvert has seen remarkable performances before, but each generation needs its defining moment. The crowd will sense the pace immediately. When the first lap split flashes on the board, a ripple will move through the stands. If it is on record tempo, the noise will rise. If it is slightly conservative, tension will build. The presence of Duguma and Werro ensures that Hodgkinson cannot afford complacency. Even if the primary focus is the clock, elite competitors bring unpredictability. A fast early move, a sudden surge, a tight positioning battle entering the bell. Any of these can influence rhythm. Hodgkinson's task is to remain calm within that chaos. There is also the psychological weight of history. 24 years is a long time in athletics. Many current competitors were not yet born when Cheplak set the mark. Records that last that long gather myth around them. Breaking one does more than change a statistic. It shifts perception. For British athletics, a world record indoors in the 800 meters would resonate deeply. The nation has produced great middle-distance runners across eras. Yet world records remain rare treasures. Hodgkinson already carries Olympic gold. Adding a world record would elevate her into a different category entirely. The narrative of being born the day the record was set adds an almost cinematic quality to the moment. It creates symmetry. It creates a sense of destiny. Athletes often dismiss such narratives, insisting that performance depends on preparation rather than symbolism. Still, the coincidence lingers in the background. What makes tonight compelling is not just the possibility of success, but the risk of falling short. In elite sport, ambition exposes vulnerability. By declaring her intent, Hodgkinson accepts that the world will measure the outcome. If she runs 1 minute 56 seconds, it will still be extraordinary. If she runs 1 minute 55 seconds and 90 hundredths, it will be heartbreakingly close. Only one number counts. The beauty of the 800 meters lies in its brevity. There is no time to recover from hesitation. Once the gun fires, the script unfolds rapidly. The first 200 meters establish position. The second 200 settle into rhythm. At the bell, the race becomes personal. The final 300 meters separate contenders from observers. For Hodgkinson, the bell will likely sound near 57 or 58 seconds. That split determines everything. Too slow, and the record fades. Too fast, and the final straight becomes agony. She must trust her preparation and lean into the discomfort. Observers often underestimate how thin the margin is between greatness and history. A slight stumble on a bend, a half-step misjudged, a moment of hesitation behind a pacemaker, any of these can cost tenths. At world record pace, tenths are decisive. There is real belief tonight. Birmingham showed she can run near the record without perfect conditions. Liévin gives her everything she needs. During warm-up, she will look calm and controlled. Spikes tightened, strides sharp, breathing steady. Routine keeps the moment grounded. At the line, the arena will fall silent. The gun fires, the pacemaker goes. She settles in, locked to the schedule. If the first lap is right, the crowd will sense it. At 600 meters, there is no hesitation. Champions commit. Down the final straight, it becomes pure effort. If she dips under 1 minute 55.82, history changes. If she falls short, the chase continues. But tonight feels aligned. 2 laps, less than 2 minutes, 24 years waiting. History is at the line.